Okay, so I'm sitting down with Butch and Dizzy's guardians, and as I start most sessions off, I want to observe the dogs and see how they interact with us. They don't show a lot of respect for personal space. They listen when they are inclined to, and I was asking like what rules they had, and it turns out they really don't have any rules. And in the course of the discussion of rules, besides not being on the furniture, which they do when the humans are gone, the dogs, Dizzy specifically, likes to get in the trash. Now, the guardians told me they solved this problem by simply removing her access to the trash. While that solves the problem, or temporarily abates the problem, it doesn't actually solve it, because if you do have a trash can with the lid open, Dizzy's going to go into it. So my parents had the same problem with their dog. So the problem is the kitchen's over there, the bathroom's upstairs. It's not in our line of sight. The dog just, oh, nobody's around. Oh, I'm going to get into some toilet, issues or stuff. So basically what I do is I take the garbage and I would put the can right here in the middle of the living room. Put it preferably between you and the TV, so you can actually watch TV. Hey, buddy. And I would put something stinky on top of it, like make a roast and have like the bone and some remnants, just right on top. And so, I mean, it's just like irresistible. We talked a little bit off camera about there's no entrapment laws for dogs. Well, what we do is we set them up. Now, when the dog approaches the object, whether it's the couch and we're watching on a security camera, or if we have the trash in the room, we just watch and set them up when we have time. What typically happens is dogs do things when we're doing something else, where we're doing the dishes and then somebody comes to the door, we got soapy suds and our hands are wet and we got to rush to the door. We're flustered. So what you want to do is when you have a couple minutes, bring out the trash, put it down there, put something in top of it, and then, the very top of the trash can, and then just sit back and watch a little TV. The dogs come and approach it, you're going to immediately disagree when they're about 3 feet away, when they approach it, when they get to about the 3-foot line. If they continue, then you're going to use some escalated consequences that I'm going to go over here with you here off camera in a minute, until you get the dog to respect and stay away from the object. Now, we need to do this enough times so the dog understands the trash to be left alone. Trash is very hard for dogs. It's like, look, you got this little container. It's got some awesome stuff in it. Nobody else seems to want it except for me. Why can't I go get it? So it takes a little bit of lessons for us. I mean, if we saw like a piece of gold on the street, we'd pick it up because, that's just, why wouldn't you? And maybe it's a sacred piece of gold for the Indian culture of a tribe that lives there. Well, that would be disrespectful, but you don't know that. So we have to be taught to respect the tribe and respect the circumstances. So what we're going to do is with the dog is the same thing. Bring out the trash, put it in front of you and the TV. Watch some TV while you have time. Now, as soon as the dog shows interest, again, we disagree, and I'll go through with you off camera. But eventually what will happen is, like, if this is the actual trash, and let's say this is the room, and the trash is there, and the dog is here and wants to go here, the dog will do like this. It'll go like all the way around the edge instead of walking straight by. It's almost like you're putting a circle of a boundary or border around it, saying, I don't want you going anywhere near this. Now, they're going to probe and test to see if you're paying attention. And a lot of people are like, my dog is dumb. I've told him no 3 times, he keeps on trying. Well, I might probe this way, then I probe this way, then I probe this way, then I probe that. I got to probe all the different angles to see if the boundary goes all the way around it. If you're consistent with your corrections enough times, eventually the dog's like, well, clearly they don't want me to get in the trash. And then they just start ignoring it. So this is how you can apply this for trash cans. If the dog gets in underwear or socks, you put the socks or stuff on the floor. If we have a baby on the way, when the baby toys, we put the object on the ground. If the dog shows interest, we disagree, and eventually the dog learns to ignore those items. They are not for me. So that's how we communicate to our dogs that something's to be left alone, rather than just simply putting it in the garage or rearranging our life for our dog.